Alright guys, what's going on? It is Kivari here and welcome to a new video that is not actually gaming related. It's actually going to be Bolton Wanderers related. If you didn't know, I support Bolton Wanderers FC. You probably can tell because my gamer tag is BWFC Joe, which is my name. Today I was at Walsall. Bolton were playing Walsall away at, I don't know what the stadium's called, I don't really care what the stadium is called. We're playing away at Walsall, and last season we had an issue. Let's say we had an issue of winning away. We didn't win an away game all season, but we broke that bug at the start of this campaign. So that bear is not on our backs anymore, or at least I thought it wasn't today because it was a particularly spineless performance. It's hard to pinpoint where we went wrong today. And we lost 1-0, and I'll come on to their goal in a minute because it's ridiculous. Nobody had a completely terrible game. Nobody stood out as being terrible. It was just a massive underperformance from everybody on the pitch, even Mark Howard, who has been Mr. Consistent this season. And I guess we'll start at the beginning of the game when their player got sent off, and it was a sending off. You can't deny that. He fucking elbowed Chris Taylor in the head, and I thought he'd been knocked out. I thought he was going to have to come off. But he was alright, thankfully. Chris Taylor was okay to carry on. The red card was a red card. And in a way, in a horrible way, it was actually worse for us that their player got sent off. Because it just allowed Walsall the impetus to sit back and absorb all the pressure, especially after their goal. Now, their goal was a massively frustrating one. The foul was given away by Josh Vela, who the referee waved play on originally, and it annoyed me. The time between the actual challenge and the referee blowing the whistle to bring it back for the free kick was pretty long. The referee was not great today, but it wasn't his fault we lost. We were just not very good. Vela gave the challenge away. Vela did not have a good game at all. I think he improved a bit when he went to right back, and I think that's probably where he's going to have to play because Buxton is a cart horse. I don't understand. People are saying that he's solid. He really isn't. Buxton's the weakest link in that team. I really do not get him. He is not a good enough player. He's not fast at all for a fullback. He is incredibly slow. Buxton is not good enough in my opinion. Vela gives away the foul and the free kick. I keep saying Walsall are a very small team. They do not have very many players. If you saw Liam Trotter and I think it's Oztuner, I'm not sure what his name is, the kind of Turkish Cypriot midfielder he looks like a dwarf. He looks like a fucking dwarf when he stands next to Liam Trotter. But somehow the ball gets whipped in. There's a confusion between Wheater and Howard, and it gets in the net somehow. I couldn't really see it from where I was sat. 1-0. And at that point, Walsall were happy just to sit the fuck back and just take whatever we could throw at them, which admittedly was not very much because it was just shit today. And at about the half an hour mark, 5 minutes after they scored, you could see that the game plan, getting the fullbacks up, the wingers up, trying to cross the ball into Proctor who'd knock it down, that wasn't working because there's nobody to play off Proctor to put the ball in the net because Proctor is not great, and I think that he is a good player, especially when Medine is beside him. Medine makes Proctor look a lot better than he actually is because this League One is actually Gary Medine's level in my opinion. Proctor cannot play up front on his own in the same way that Gary Medine cannot play up front in his own, and neither can Zach Clough. When Zach Clough came on the second half, it did improve slightly. We were playing nice football. I thought the link-up play between James Henry and Clough in particular was actually very good, very promising. The best chances we had were coming from Clough and Henry working in tandem. But that was some positives. There's some positives, and defensively, apart from the goal, we did look pretty solid. They didn't really have. I don't think they had a shot on target in my memory, apart from the goal they scored. So defensively we were solid, but going forward, that is the biggest issue for me. I just cannot see many goals in this team at all. But I mean, Gary Medine is our top goal scorer, and this is his level. I'm hoping that he can be consistent at this level, but you cannot trust Gary Medine as we saw last season. I really am concerned about where the goals are going to come from this season, even with James Henry, Kessie Anderson, Zach Clough, fucking Sammy Amiobi. Never in my life have I seen a 6'5" winger with asthma. He's got chronic asthma and he's a fucking winger. To be fair to him, he survived the match. He played until the end, but He's just, oh my god, he's got no fucking end product. And his pace, I didn't see much of his pace. A few times he managed to knock the ball on, but most of the time, this was what really started to grind my gears as the match went on. Lewis Buxton and Andrew Taylor in the first half especially we're happy just to fucking knock the ball up to Jamie Proctor to run to it. Proctor's whatever, he's not Zach Clough, he's not Anderson, he's not going to run onto those balls. It just wasn't working. Whatever we were doing, it wasn't working, and I don't remember us having a good chance. Really, there was one chance. Now, just by the way, this fucking piss. Two things. Ran out of pies at the ground, that's fucking ridiculous. You know you got 2,000 fans going, you've run out of fucking pies. Secondly, Neil Etheridge made some good saves, but he's a total dickhead. He's a massive dickhead. And I honestly, I just do not like it. I didn't think also were particularly dirty, they weren't particularly bad, but Neil Etheridge was just a massive, massive cock. I really did not like him. Now, obviously, shouldn't be throwing coins at him, as some Bolton fans were doing, but you know what, he was a dick. He was a massive dick today. And the Keshi Anderson sending off, my fucking god. That referee, he runs on, he gets told by the fourth official to run onto the pitch. And the referee books him for having an unfair advantage. What the fuck does that even mean? The fuck does that even mean? That referee was a joker. An absolute joker. We all should have a penalty at the end. Amiobi got pushed over in the box. That should have been a fucking penalty in my opinion as well. Just a word about Twitter and BWSC Twitter. People on there, we're allowed to have an opinion. I'm allowed to say these things because I'm allowed an opinion, and I'm not going to sit here and think, oh, we're second. We've only lost once this season. We've only lost once away from home. There's still reasons to be annoyed by that. This was a game that we should have drawn. We could have possibly even won. But to lose like that when they have 10 men for the most of the game. For most of the game, I'm allowed to say that the fullbacks aren't good enough, that we don't have a good goal scorer. We're allowed to do that, and it's not stupidity. It's an opinion, and I'm pretty sure it's a pretty valid opinion. There are just some idiots on Twitter who think that we are not allowed to boo the team because they played badly. You are allowed to boo the team. I spent money on buying those tickets. I'm allowed a fucking opinion. Anyway, guys, that is the end. This has been quite a ranty video, and I realise that, but hopefully you'll be interested to see how I feel about this. It annoys me. I enjoy going, and it's not a day wasted. It's always good fun when you go, but it was just poor. It was like going back to watching the Bolton of 2015-16 last year with Neil Lennon in charge. And I believe in Parkinson. I believe that he is going to take us back to the Championship. If not this season, then next season. I believe he is the man for the job. But if I think that they've not played very well, and if I think there's issues with the way that the team was set out, then I'm going to say that. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, we're second. Good for them. No, I'm allowed an opinion, guys. And I hope you're going to voice your opinions too. Let me know what teams you support in the comments down below, how they did at the weekend. I am Kivari, and I will see you in the next video.